Nobody cares about her jam. No one cares about her jam. She pretended it all sold out.
What was meant to be a sweet birthday surprise for little Lilibet on the 4th of June under the California sun instead detonated into a full-blown PR disaster for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Disneyland, the world's most famous, happiest place on Earth, somehow laid bare the Sussexes' increasingly messy playbook. At first glance, a stroll down Main Street, USA, arms linked, with Archie skipping ahead and Lilibet clutching a Minnie Mouse balloon, looked like a private family outing. But by the time those paparazzi-style shots hit the wire, it was clear this wasn't an impromptu visit. It felt orchestrated, cinematic, and dangerously public for a couple that so vocally demands privacy. But hear this. Stepping through Disneyland's iconic entrance, Harry and Meghan appeared relaxed. Yet every camera flash, every clustered photographer lurking behind strategically planted Disney banners, whispered of a carefully arranged spectacle. For a duo that rails against media intrusion, walking into the world's most paparazzi-infested park was a masterstroke of hypocrisy. Disneyland isn't known for discreet family days. It's famous for crowds, for fans lining up to snap selfies with costumed characters. And yet, within minutes of their arrival, images spread across social feeds. Meghan's hair tucked behind one ear, Harry holding Lilibet's hand as she pointed toward Sleeping Beauty's castle. Too perfect. Too public. Yet things took a darker turn when, by midday, every major outlet had splashed those images across front pages always, with Archie and Lilibet's faces blurred. The couple relies on that blur as a faux shield of privacy while enjoying the soft glow of positive family moment coverage. It's a tactic Piers Morgan didn't hesitate to mock. He didn't name names, but his barbed social post cut through the pretense. Celebrities who parade their children for clout, then redact their faces as though they're classified documents, are simply playing the press for fools. Suddenly, what had been spun as an innocent celebration felt like a calculated PR stunt. But this Disneyland gambit was only the opening act. Behind the perfectly timed snapshots lay insider whispers of a Sussex entourage unusually visible throughout the park. Disney staff reported seeing more security and handlers than on an average celebrity visit, and photographers somehow always seemed to be in exactly the right place. No accidental run-ins here. This felt choreographed down to the foam finger. Sources say certain park sections were deliberately cordoned off, funneling Harry and Meghan through routes lined with eager photographers poised for the perfect shot. It unfolded like a Netflix trailer in real time. Every smile, every candid moment, every parent and children tableau designed for maximum clickable impact. The timing was equally telling. Just days before trooping the Kalura Grand ceremonial event celebrating King Charles, this high-visibility Disneyland shoot landed like a media grenade in the palace's courtyard. Royal insiders suggest the stunt was less about celebrating Lilibet's birthday than shifting attention away from Meghan's faltering ventures. Her podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder, quietly launched earlier this year under the banner of American Riviera Orchard, has struggled to gain traction. Download numbers are reportedly far below expectations, and engagement metrics tell an even harsher story. Audiences aren't tuning in. When a major project fizzles, the Sussex fallback seems to be cue the family photos. Hold on, because yet even the most meticulously staged Disney expedition couldn't soften the cut of public scrutiny. Fans and critics alike took to Instagram, Twitter, and Reddit to voice disbelief. If you want privacy, maybe don't stage a photo shoot at Disneyland. Read one upvoted Reddit comment, echoing what many felt. The disconnect between privacy pleas and paparazzi parades was impossible to ignore. Another commenter dubbed it Kardashian core PR, with a royal twist, capturing the sentiment that Meghan and Harry's brand had shifted from a narrative of escape to one of relentless self-marketing. As criticism mounted, the palace's frustration reached a boiling point. King Charles was reportedly deeply embarrassed by the optics of using his grandmother's nickname, Lilibet, as a backdrop for a theme park photo shoot while publicly denouncing the media for invading privacy. Buckingham Palace even issued a quiet correction when Lilibet's name was first announced, emphasizing its personal significance and his grandmother's legacy. Yet here they were again, spinning their own version of events and weaponizing that royal name for press coverage. At the same time, legal tensions bubbled. Meghan has a well-documented history of threatening legal action against critics, Piers Morgan included. After his refusal to endorse her Oprah interview claims led to his dramatic exit from Good Morning Britain, she signaled intent to sue for defamation. Morgan, never one to back down, has built his largest audience by exposing celebrity contradictions, and he already has the receipts. Now, with these Disneyland cliches laid bare, he's poised for another showdown. Whether the Sussexes will follow through with legal threats remains to be seen, but the pattern is familiar. Any critique of their tactics risks a courtroom retort. Meanwhile, Prince William is said to be fed up. Insiders reveal that he's grown frustrated with what he perceives as the Sussexes' relentless smear campaigns and profit-driven family trauma. Discussions among senior royals reportedly include stripping Harry and Meghan of their remaining titles. It's not about punishing the children, it's about drawing a line. If the royal brand is fodder for Netflix thumbnails, podcast promos, and theme park premieres, there must be consequences. The talk of rescinding Lilibet's HRH status may sound harsh, but to the palace, it's a necessary measure to protect the institution's integrity. For Harry, once celebrated as the cheeky, fun-loving prince, this period marks a stark transformation. Today, he's seen as the embittered narrator of a never-ending victim story. His early public goodwill, built on openness and relatability, has eroded under a series of magazine leaks, streaming deals, and court filings. Each public appearance now carries the whiff of a strategic narrative rather than genuine spontaneity. Even his charity work, once a cornerstone of his public image, struggles to compete with headlines denouncing the Sussex brand as overinflated and manufactured. And Meghan's trajectory isn't much brighter. Her lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, has received praise for its aesthetic but faltered commercially. Sales figures and social engagement point to an audience that admired her vision but didn't convert into loyal customers. This isn't just about one outlandish Disneyland visit, it's about a cycle. Whenever a major project flops, the Sussexes produce a set of curated family shots. Podcast underperforms, cue seaside strolls and cherry blossom snapshots. Netflix deal cools off, cue garden tea time with Lilibet's name trending on social media. It's a rinse-and-repeat PR strategy that, after half a dozen attempts, feels transparent. Viewers have grown wise to the formula. Brand launch, lawsuit threat, family photo op, repeat. And each time, what was intended to soften criticism instead intensifies it. Despite the backlash, the Sussexes continue. They could have ducked into Disneyland through a private entrance, arranged a low-profile visit, or simply celebrated Lilibet's birthday at home. Instead, they chose the most public stage imaginable. Critics argue that if you truly value privacy, you don't orchestrate global photo ops. You live the moment quietly, away from the lens. Yet for Harry and Meghan, every step feels calculated for the next headline. The joy of parenthood becomes another marketing asset rather than a sacred private right. Still, there remains a question hanging over the entire saga. Why does this matter so much? For one, it speaks to public trust. Royals once symbolized tradition, duty, and a kind of mystique. When that mystique is leveraged purely as a branding tool, it cheapens the institution. It invites cynicism not just toward Harry and Meghan, but toward the monarchy itself. And that cynicism has real-world implications. Approval ratings for the crown have dipped in key demographics, and debates swirl about the relevancy of royal titles in modern society. Moreover, the Sussexes' actions raise broader questions about celebrity culture in the digital age. We're accustomed to Instagram perfect moments, but when public figures blur the line between authenticity and artifice, audiences rebel. The emotional connection that Harry and Meghan once enjoyed now feels contrived. People don't mind media-savvy celebrities, but they demand honesty. When they sense manipulation, they push back. And in a landscape crowded with genuine grassroots voices, insincerity stands out more starkly than ever, just when you thought it was over. As the dust settles on this Disneyland debacle, the palace is already looking ahead. Trooping the color will proceed as scheduled, and King Charles will walk the procession with a renewed sense of purpose to remind subjects that the monarchy endures beyond any one narrative or family drama. Meanwhile, Meghan and Harry face a choice. continue the cycle of high-stakes PR theatrics, or pivot toward authenticity. They could, for instance, share an unfiltered day in their lives, no cameras, no blur, just candid moments. But such vulnerability may feel riskier than another themed photo shoot. In the end, the Disneyland outing may be remembered as the moment the Sussex PR machine finally backfired. Instead of a heartwarming family story, it became a cautionary tale about the perils of over-curation. The public turnout wasn't an outpouring of sympathy. It was a chorus of skepticism, and when that happens, even the most dazzling backdrops lose their magic. If you're fed up with PR theatrics and want a front row seat to the real royal story, leave a comment below and make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of Windsor intrigue.